I was going to ask you about the director's cut as well, because as a filmmaker, I think like you've made that such a thing. What is it that you think is so worthwhile about kind of presenting two versions of a film?
Well, I think in this case, the real sort of why of the director's cut is that in a genre like this, making a giant space movie is, the economics say you can't really have an R-rated version because, we need the biggest audience to see the movie. And this allows me to sit down and write a crazy movie that has no business existing. And Netflix, in their wisdom, was like, well, I have a way to make that movie exist, the crazy version. And the way you do that is you give me something I can sell that is consistent with your vision.
Good day, legends. Imagine waking up one morning, scrolling through social media, and spotting a single mysterious image from Zack Snyder. No caption, no explanation, just a snapshot dripping with intrigue, and instantly, the internet loses its mind. Before we unpack what this cryptic post could mean, do yourselves a favor. Subscribe to Stats In and hit that notifications bell so you never miss the wildest Hollywood revelations, cinematic shakeups, and insider drama we break down every week. Trust me, you will want to stick around for this. Now, let us get into it. Snyder's recent post is a masterclass in subtlety and strategy. At first glance, it seems like a typical behind-the-scenes aesthetic: dark tones, dramatic lighting, a perfectly framed shot. But for fans of the Snyderverse, every detail is a potential breadcrumb. The angle of the camera, the shadows on the wall, even the smallest props spark theories faster than a wildfire in the dry season. People are dissecting this post as if it were a lost relic from an ancient civilization, and honestly, they might not be wrong. Here is the twist: Snyder has never been a director who plays it safe. He thrives in visual storytelling, embedding symbolism and narrative hints where casual viewers might never notice. This post is no different. Fans immediately began speculating whether it hints at a returning character, a rebooted storyline, or a continuation of an abandoned plot thread. The internet exploded with guesses, ranging from the plausible to the downright absurd, and that frenzy is exactly what Snyder knows it will do. Now, why is this so significant? Because timing is everything. DC is in a constant state of flux: new films, reboots, shifts in creative leadership, and Snyder dropping a cryptic post right now is like dropping a pebble in a pond and watching ripples spread across the entire cinematic landscape. It is a reminder that, despite the studio's current direction, his creative vision is still relevant, still influential, and still capable of commanding attention. Fans were not just speculating for fun. They began drawing direct comparisons to earlier Snyder projects, connecting elements from Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League to this single image. Some believe it signals a revival of his universe. Others think it might hint at previously abandoned storylines finally being explored. And then, there are those who are convinced it is a secret message meant to tease James Gunn's upcoming projects. Regardless, the engagement is astronomical, and Snyder knows it. Here is where things get even more fascinating. This post has catalyzed discussions not only among fans but also within the industry. Streaming services and studios constantly monitor these online reactions. A single spike in interest, hundreds of thousands of comments, and trending hashtags translate into undeniable proof of influence. Snyder may not be officially announcing anything, but the impact of this single post is undeniable. It is also a testament to Snyder's mastery of suspense. Unlike traditional marketing campaigns that shout at the audience, Snyder whispers. He lets speculation build organically, allowing the community to do the work for him. Likes, shares, theories, and breakdowns generate free publicity that feels authentic. Every fan dissecting the post is a tiny amplifier of hype, and the silence from Snyder only fuels the frenzy further. And let us not forget the visual power. Snyder's style has always been cinematic poetry. Every composition, every shadow, every color is deliberate. Fans are analyzing the hues, the framing, even the smallest background details. Some believe a pattern emerges linking past films to potential future projects. Others think it foreshadows a darker storyline. And all of this is happening without Snyder officially confirming a single thing. That, my friends, is influence without effort, a hidden message that spreads like wildfire. This post also highlights the evolving relationship between directors and their fan base. Snyder knows that the modern audience thrives on speculation, engagement, and community discussions. By offering a cryptic clue, he ignites conversations across social media platforms. Fans dissect it, debate it, and generate buzz that no traditional marketing team could achieve with millions of dollars. It is a clever way to remain culturally relevant and strategically visible without formally stepping into the public eye. And the brilliance of it? Snyder does not need to explain himself. The ambiguity is intentional. The post works on multiple levels. It excites fans, provokes discussion, and reinforces his creative presence in the DC Universe conversation. Whether or not the Snyderverse is officially returning, the message is loud and clear. Zack Snyder still has influence, and his universe still matters. In conclusion, Snyder's cryptic post is more than just a picture. It is a masterstroke. Good day, legends. Imagine this. Hollywood executives are pacing the boardroom like kangaroos in a stampede because one director might just turn the entire DC landscape upside down. That director, Zack Snyder. And before we dive into the swirling rumors, the secret power plays, and the industry chatter suggesting Snyder could be back in charge, do yourselves a favor. Subscribe to Stats In and hit that notifications bell so you never miss the biggest Hollywood moves, secret strategies, and jaw-dropping stories we break down every week. Trust me, you will want to see this unfold. Now, let us get straight into it. Rumors have been swirling about Warner Brothers, with whispers of a potential studio sale and shifting leadership. And just when the industry is caught off guard, Snyder's name starts popping up again. Not because he announced anything official, but because his influence, his fanbase, and his cinematic vision are too powerful to ignore. Hollywood insiders are reportedly watching closely, and the internet? Well, it is in full-on frenzy mode. Here is the twist. Snyder has been dropping images, cryptic posts, and subtle hints on social media. No captions, no official statements, just visuals that scream style, vision, and long-term planning. Fans immediately jumped on these clues, dissecting shadows, lighting, and framing like detectives at a crime scene. And the timing is impeccable. Every post seems to coincide with another rumor about Warner Brothers' potential shakeups. The speculation is unstoppable. Why does this matter? Because Snyder is not just any director. He built the Snyderverse, a universe with its own tone, visual language, and loyal fanbase. And in Hollywood, fan loyalty is worth more than any press release or marketing budget. Executives notice numbers, trending hashtags, social engagement, streaming boosts. And when these numbers point to Snyder, it creates leverage. Suddenly, Snyder is not just a filmmaker. He is a potential power broker, a brand in himself. Now, imagine the studio situation like a house of cards. Executives are juggling reboots, new directors, streaming partnerships, and fan expectations. One wrong move and the whole structure wobbles. Snyder's resurgence, through carefully timed posts and organic fan support, acts like a gust of wind, and the cards are shaking. Fans are watching closely, tweeting theories, posting analyses, and building a narrative that Snyder is the one with the ultimate plan. Here is the really fascinating part. Snyder has not made any official moves to reclaim authority. He does not need to. The fandom, the internet, and even industry chatter are doing the work for him. Likes, shares, trending discussions, these amplify his presence without him lifting a finger. This is classic Snyder strategy. Let the momentum build quietly and let the power of perception do the talking. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers is reportedly evaluating how to adapt. Rumors about